2019 has ushered in a voluminous amount of innovations in the smartphone industry. Touted as the future of smartphones, it is only understandable if we've seen the market's key players smothering us with possibly all the bells and whistles one could ever muster just to thrive in this cutthroat business. The byproduct of these efforts thankfully culminated to an era in which virtually all their breakthroughs have benefited the crowd. And while some have stumbled on their way, we could only but think that the next round of years would be only more fruitful down the line. And so, our question remains, has the industry now plateaued in terms of dishing us out with new smartphone features? This exclusive compilation we've collated attempts to answer such an inquiry. We've tallied right below the most speculated smartphones that are already scheduled to make waves in 2020. 10. Google Pixel 5. Pixel 5 XL. The Google Pixel 4 series broke records in the industry at the time of its launch. And that is quite a feat considering that the lineup is notorious for being too reluctant to embracing the trends it has been compared with and against since its inception. We've finally seen Google doubling down, literally, on the number of its camera offerings on the Pixel lineup. While there are still evident bezels on its latest iterations, the series has also added some neat elements like the Soli sensors, which redefined what it means to rely on phone gestures. But these just marginal changes compared to its closest competitors? Although we're leaning in the affirmative, we still think that Google has finally gotten to shake off its disinclinations in the process, which for most is already a significant step towards unification. In 2020, Google is expected to step up its game tremendously as it is already showing signs of keeping up. Relative to its latest speculations which have hit the rumor mill, there are indications that the company might finally offer an even bigger screen and a notch less one. We might also see the firm warming up to the current punch-hole craze on its smartphone display offerings. Other rumors include a bigger than -4,000 mAh battery in the Google Pixel 5 XL, a better screen with a higher refresh rate, an in-display fingerprint scanner, the Snapdragon 865 chipset with 8 GB of RAM, and a faster 5G connectivity. 9. OnePlus 8. Despite OnePlus being still mum on the existence of the OnePlus 8, we all know well that the device is now scheduled to arrive in 2020. And if the recent leaks are to be any indication, the smartphone could pose a serious threat to the equally anticipated Samsung Galaxy S11. Months from its eventual release, the OnePlus 8 has already been one of the favorite subjects from the grapevine. Rumors are rife that the phone could finally do away the pop-up camera mechanism it once gloriously executed and replaced with an even more sophisticated under-display front-facing camera. The OnePlus 8 is also tipped to come with a 120Hz display refresh rate and a pop-up display. 8. Xiaomi Mi 10. In its budding years of existence in the mobile industry, Xiaomi has already been quite synonymous with innovation, one that is sure to wow and make almost everyone in its path bob and weave. This same hallmark is expected to dwell on the upcoming Xiaomi Mi 10. As Xiaomi has recently disclosed that it now plans to launch up to 10 5G-enabled smartphones in 2020, guessing that one of which is the Xiaomi Mi 10 shouldn't be rocket science. The device is also speculated to adopt a curved OLED display design, which could also boast a 120Hz refresh rate. Meanwhile, a punch-hole design on the Xiaomi Mi 10's display is likewise in the mix. Only the Vivo S5 was the first non-Samsung variant to be launched, which impressed the crowd with an OLED display toting around a cutout. The Xiaomi Mi 10 is also likely to retain the distinctive Yuba bikes-inspired quad camera setup. In the same segment, the device is also very much en route to being equipped with a 108MP primary camera sensor. Another headline-grabbing feature that could grace the Xiaomi Mi 10 is the inclusion of Xiaomi's 100W supercharged turbo wired charger. The device could be the very first to employ such a game-changing charging feature as well. 7. Oppo Find X2. While Realme has already claimed to be the first company to release Qualcomm's newest chipsets in its upcoming smartphones, including the Snapdragon 865 SoC, its former parent company Oppo now revealed that its forthcoming Find X2 just arrived in time to steal its thunder. Another rumored highlight of the Oppo Find X2 is its camera. Accordingly, the smartphone is set to be equipped with a new image sensor technology from Sony. The Japanese camera juggernaut claims that the sensor is based on a 2x2 on-chip architecture, one that churns out a faster and a more precise focus, alongside a high resolution and high dynamic range. The Oppo Find X2 is likely set to become one of the pioneers of in-display front-facing camera, which shouldn't come as a surprise anymore, as Oppo has been quite vocal about this innovation in 2019. 6. Huawei P40 Pro. Despite its now infamous albeit enigmatic existence due to the ongoing Huawei ban, the brand's upcoming P40 Pro Duo's speculated top-of-the-line hardware and camera features just won't die in the rumor mill. And that is a good sign, especially for those who think that the upcoming refresh is already dead in the water. As it is, big changes are only expected in the upcoming Huawei P40 series. Some of the sourced-out rumors as of late include 4 snappers on its rear with an improved 10x optical zoom and a redesigned periscope lens array. The non-Pro variant of the Huawei P40 series is also likely yet finally slated to include wireless charging in its arsenal. Huawei is also expected to beef up its display game, with an improved AMOLED just on the horizon. 5. iPhone 9, iPhone SE 2. One of the rumors in 2019 which generated significant traction amongst Apple's most loyal fans is the re-emergence of the notion of revamping the company's popular compact iteration this decade, the iPhone SE 2. Just recently, it was tipped that the iPhone SE 2 would be launched with similarities to the iPhone 8. Subsequently, the rumor mill then picked up that the phone would be introduced as iPhone 9, a moniker that only makes sense considering that the firm mysteriously skipped its iconic Series' 9th generation iteration. Apart from inheriting the iPhone 8 design, the iPhone 9 or the iPhone SE 2 is also speculated to feature a 4.7-inch display. The phone is also tipped to be powered by Apple's A13 Bionic chipset, with 3 GB of RAM in tow. Other key features which were caught lurking in the grapevine are a single-lens rear camera and 3 color options: red, silver, and space gray. The iPhone 9 or iPhone SE 2 is likely to carry a starting price tag of $399 United States dollars, around 20,300 Philippine pesos. 4. iPhone 12 Pro. Easily the most mind-boggling feature that was amiss during the launch of the iPhone 11 lineup is the inclusion of the 5G connectivity. While most of its rivals like Samsung and Huawei have already begun dishing out some of their initial 5G entries, Apple proceeded with the new series without the hotly anticipated connectivity. And so, it is only apparent by now, apart from its already rumored plans in 2020, that Apple's 5G introduction will be the highlight of its next iterations. Also, the newest feature that may grace the iPhone 12 Pro, in particular, is the implementation of sensor shift image stabilization. The rumored feature is said to bring image stabilization to the ultrawide camera of the upcoming iPhone. The most beneficial gain the users are expected to receive with this is that a fixed non-moving lens array culminates to fewer compromises. Thus, a higher quality of image and video capture can be achieved. The iPhone 12 Pro could also be launched without the notch. Apple could also be bound to shrink the phone's TrueDepth camera system into the bezel at the top of its screen. Think of the latest iPad Pro, only smaller in screen size. 3. Samsung Galaxy Fold 2. The Samsung Galaxy Fold is one of the most talked about smartphones in 2019. But unlike the more innovative ones, this phone received some backlash, due to its design's overall durableness. And this is quite a dismal if we are to consider the phone's already delayed release. The second generation of the Samsung Galaxy Fold is expected to correct such a fiasco. The latest rumors suggest that the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 will sport a 6.7-inch screen which folds across its axis horizontally. The original Fold was launched with its hinge placed on its axis vertically. The Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 is also likely to come with a 108MP main lens and a camera with 5x optical zoom. A report also claimed that Samsung might choose to replace the original phone's current transparent plastic polyimide (PI) protective layer with a scratch-resistant ultra-thin glass (UTG). Expect the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 to be pricier than its predecessor though, due to these rumored modifications. 2. Samsung Galaxy Note 11. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 might already be the ultimate phablet offering from its Note series of this decade. Still, Samsung could finally be pushing the envelope with the lineup's next-generation entry. The latest purported patents of the Samsung Galaxy Note 11 indicate that the phablet will pack a spectrometer. The new feature should analyze objects to discover their chemical composition. The Galaxy Note 11 could also sport an in-screen front-facing camera, a technology that is expected to be the highlight of the camera-centric phones in 2020. As it is, the phone could boast a full display, without a notch or a punch hole. The Samsung Galaxy Note 11's S Pen is also very much tipped to come with more headline-grabbing features. One of the features that could grace this accessory is its ability to become a more universal remote across Samsung's device family. 1. Samsung Galaxy S11 and S11 Plus. The Samsung Galaxy S10 series brought about a new era of design, performance, and camera performance for Samsung's legendary Galaxy S lineup. And like its Apple counterparts, the iPhone 12 entrants, the Samsung Galaxy S11 and S11 Pro upcoming, crucial features are likely to obliterate the competition. Samsung is expected to stick with its now new 3-phone release with the Samsung Galaxy S11 series. Apart from the certain 2 variants, the Korean tech giant might also launch the successor of the Samsung Galaxy S10e. These rumors were also corroborated recently by notorious tipsters who revealed the upcoming Series 3 screen sizes. In the display department, Samsung might once again rely on the beauty of a punch-hole display. This time around, though, the Galaxy S11 series cutout is slated to be placed at the top center of the screen.